Okay, so here's following on to the Quasimodo and the S&P 500 video that I just did. This is looking at the DAX, the German equivalent of top 30 German stocks. And this is screaming out to go short, which maybe means don't, but I'm looking at this here, so you see all this compression on the way up. This is very weak price action, and by that I mean every time price comes down like this, down, 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 what's happening is any buy orders that are sitting in here, you can see it's a nice straight line across there, so this is something certainly to watch, is this area here. But any buy orders that were in here, there's another kind of flattening area there, are kind of gone. This looks like it's setting itself up for a drop, and you have to try and determine where it's going to drop from. At least that's what I think your job should be. So you look in here to see what's important and what may happen, and all manner of things might happen, but it's just a good exercise to kind of be prepared if you see things develop. So I'm going to look in here to see what caused this rounding top, what held this up, and what should we expect now that it has happened. So I'll go a bit further in time. So what I'm going to look for is what was the feature that caused this to stop, to not continue upwards, but when it started to come down, to just not drop all of a sudden. So what held it up? And the way to do that, and it looks remarkably like the S&P 500, where you have this compression along here, it keeps compressing, and then this point here, you have these points that don't react to anything immediately to the left. They look a lot like what I would consider fresh demand. I think I'll mark that one down to here. That seems to be the bottom, and I'll continue on and see where else that might happen. And you see here as well, there's a point that doesn't seem to react to anything immediately to the left. Likewise with this one, and things start to get a bit too kind of low granularity beyond that. So here this is all reacting to something, and then you have down here where this is again some kind of fresh action. These are all going to turn blue and project forwards when I change my time frame. There we go. So let's see if we've discovered anything. So here's one of these. Has that reacted? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, maybe. So here we go. This held price up. Well, actually this entire area held price up, but as you can see, if I extend this blue box upwards, you'll see that it got held up here and broken through there. But the bit I'm interested in is where it breaks, typically. So, which happens here. So it happens here. Here's the decision to break. Here's well, up here's the source. This is where oh, dog's going nuts, squirrel in the garden. This is the power to break it down. Here's the little pause and the decision that was made to actually do it. Okay, yeah. So when price comes back up to these decision points, you can see it drops away there. Now, by kind of market movements, what should happen is it should continue off. I say should. It should continue off downwards, but it doesn't. It spikes up, and it takes out all the stuff here. So it's kind of the way to look at a Quasimodo is this is the stuff that caused it to happen, and you want to look and see what happens when price gets back to that imbalance. And in the case of the S&P 500, it did. It came up here and then dropped off, but DAX hasn't done this. So I would look at this level up here to be a place to take a short, and I'd also need to look further in here to see how these other points reacted. So this one got broken there, and we saw how that reacted. This one here, I'll just take this out for clarity in a moment. Take this out too. Okay, so this one got broke here. Here's the strong move to break it down, and you see when price came back, it dropped off. So this one is not, this is not a QM. If this had bounced up like that and dropped off, it would make this a Quasimodo level. So it's a kind of a place where the power to break something was then broken momentarily itself. It's a fake out. But you want to play that fake out at the original imbalance point. This is kind of how I put it together in my head. Wow. Why is anyone watching this? If you're watching this, go find something else to do. Anyway, so so that's it. This is the point. So this becomes actually an FTR into a decision point. So to me, these are important. This is where decision was made, and then price tried to get up, and it failed. So this is an important FTR, but I'm always wary that these FTRs can be faked out into the top of the decision point. So I'd be looking in here as well for any obvious kind of points to go short, and well, there's nothing too obvious in there. There's, you can see here, there's maybe from the top here all the way down to maybe here, you can start to see how things work as well, where it's come up, sat here, decided to go back down again. So everything in here, I'd be starting to look for reasons to go short, and because this is not, there's not any really good strong levels here, I wouldn't be surprised to see it chop up through a bit further, which would take it up to the Quasimodo level up here. And if things don't happen there, then you just sit out. And I'm done.